So first question is, have you ever been late on the tee in all your years?
1953. I was 13 years old playing in the USGA Juniors
Okay.
in Southern Hills. And I was first off the tee at 7 o'clock playing Stanley Ziobrowski.
My goodness,
I remember this.
memory. How about
I remember
this?
this like it was
How about
yesterday.
go? This is great.
I walked up on the tee about 30 seconds before my starting time.
He's a cheater. Those three words hit different when they come from the greatest golfer who ever lived. Jack Nicklaus built his legacy on 18 major championships, decades of dominance, and a code of ethics so strict it became the standard for the entire sport. Out of bounds is not just where your ball goes when you miss the fairway. Sometimes, out of bounds is where a man's character goes when the pressure gets too heavy and the temptation gets too real. Nicklaus saw it happen. He called it out. 5 names, 5 moments. 5 reasons he believes the soul of golf has been quietly stolen. This is the story they never wanted told. Before we go further, if this story is hitting right, go give this video some hype right now. Tap that hype button. It keeps content like this reaching the people who need to see it. Now, let us get back to what matters. Golf is unlike every other sport on the planet. There is no referee watching every shot. No official scorekeeper standing over you. The game trusts you completely with your own record. And Nicklaus believed that trust was the most sacred thing in all of professional sports. He did not become the moral voice of golf by accident. He earned that role by refusing shortcuts and playing the right way even when nobody was watching. And he expected everyone else to do the same. When they did not, he spoke up, 5 times in particular. Number 5, the ball manufacturers. This one is bigger than any single player. Nicklaus did not point the finger at one man here. He pointed it at an entire industry. He argued that modern, high-velocity, low-spin golf balls are a shortcut, a technological cheat dressed up in research and development money. These balls travel distances that were completely unthinkable in his era. When Nicklaus was winning majors, a 300-yard drive was a jaw-dropping feat, requiring perfect timing, raw power, and extraordinary technique. Today, that same drive is average, expected, and Nicklaus blamed the ball. He said manufacturers have allowed technology to cheat the integrity of the golf course. Classic courses, built by the greatest architects in history, designed to test every part of a player's game, have been made to look easy. 7,000 yards of challenge, reduced to a series of short irons. He pushed for bifurcation, meaning professionals playing a shorter ball than amateurs to protect the course and the history of the game. Number 4, Mark McCumber. The year was 1987, a televised event. McCumber was accused by several of his peers of doing something very specific and very illegal at the time. He was seen tapping down spike marks on his putting line. The rules were clear. You could not touch spike marks on your line. You played the green exactly as you found it. No exceptions. McCumber denied wrongdoing, but the damage was done. To Nicklaus, the green was sacred ground. You do not finger the grass. You do not smooth your path. The entire point of the game is to accept the conditions as they are and beat them with skill. Once a player begins making exceptions and deciding which bumps deserve to be flattened, the door opens to endless manipulation. Nicklaus believed the green was a reflection of the player's own integrity. If you could not trust a man to leave the grass alone, how could you trust anything else about him? The rules changed after 2019, allowing more green repair. But Nicklaus remained convinced the game was being sanitized, with difficulty engineered away rather than faced. Number 3, Raymond Floyd. Jack Nicklaus once said something that stopped people cold. He said slow play is a form of cheating, not bad manners, not poor etiquette. And he connected that idea to players like Raymond Floyd. Now, Nicklaus respected certain slow players. He had deep admiration for Ben Hogan, whose methodical pace was about chasing perfection, not disrupting anyone. That kind of deliberate play was about excellence. Nobody questioned it. But tactical slow play is something else entirely. When a player drags out their pre-shot routine on purpose, when they spend 10 painful minutes reading a putt they already know, when they use time as a weapon to destroy an opponent's rhythm, that is not golf anymore. That is manipulation, wearing a caddy bib. Nicklaus believed that seeking advantage through the clock, rather than through skill, was a betrayal of everything the game stood for. Number 2, the anchored putter. This one burned Nicklaus deeply. For years, players braced long putters and belly putters against their bodies to create a fixed pivot point, a mechanical anchor. The club was no longer freely swinging. It was locked to the body and used like a pendulum. And while it was technically legal at the time, Nicklaus called it exactly what he believed it was: legalized cheating. His argument was simple and powerful. The hardest part of putting is controlling the club with a steady hand when everything is on the line. The yips are real. Number 1. Vijay Singh. This is the one that cuts deepest of all, because it had nothing to do with equipment, pace, or tactics. It came down to a pencil and a decision made in a quiet moment when nobody was supposed to be watching. In 1985, at the Indonesian Open in Jakarta, a young Vijay Singh was fighting to make the cut. He was 22 years old, trying to build a career on the Southeast Asian circuit. Following the second round, officials concluded that Singh had altered his scorecard. He changed a 5 to a 4, one digit. But that one digit said everything. Testimony from the Canadian professional who played alongside him and an American player who witnessed the aftermath made the evidence very difficult to dispute. 5 stories: the ball, the green, the clock, the putter, and the pencil. 5 different faces of the same threat: the slow erosion of golf's honor code. Nicklaus believed one thing above all: when you cheat the challenge, you cheat yourself. You hollow out the victory, you strip the dignity from winning, and you leave the game emptier than you found it. Golf is self-policing. It only works when every player chooses honesty, not because the rules force it, but because they know what the rules protect. Victory only means something when earned the right way. That standard is worth defending today. If this story hit home, drop a like and leave your thoughts in the comments below. Subscribe so you never miss a story like this one. The game always deserved better.